Hello, y'all. Welcome to the I AM STS podcast. My name is Alton Crowd with STS Enterprise.
And I'm Jeremy Calhoun, co-founder and president of STS. And I came back for a second week.
I'm going to say my title. I'm the executive director, co-founder. I'm going to say my title, too. You know what's funny, bro? When we first started, like, we really didn't even care about the titles. Like,
we did.
Still don't. And I think we first started like, okay, you were president, I was vice president. It was only me and you.
Yeah.
You know, but I think we didn't put weight.
Very lean organization.
I'm talking about, bro. Got no direct reports, but you the president, I'm the VP. You know, but I think, bro, what the blessing was is that we never put weight on the title.
Absolutely.
You feel what I'm saying? We put more weight on the work that we was doing, the impact we was making versus, I'm the VP, I'm the executive, whatever the title was back then. So, yeah, bro.
And I think that's important, man. You know, people get caught up in titles. They get caught up in, you know, who makes the decision, who I'm the boss of. You know, but at the end of the day, did you get the work done?
Facts.
Are you being effective and efficient in the work?
Yeah.
And I think that's what set the standard is. Yeah. It's all about setting a benchmark that is high, that's respectable, and continuing to do that over a consistent period of time. And it don't matter who you over. Like, it don't matter who over you. Because the job ultimately ain't going to lie. If we do it the right way, it's not going to lie with Jeremy Alton.
That's fact.
It's going to be with the people that's actually doing the work. So,
Man, that's a good point. And I'll kind of shift a little bit, bro. Like, one thing that people always tell us, but y'all a great team, bro. Yeah. Like, it's like the duo, bro. And one thing that we always saw, even kind of listening to E.T., you seen those combos, your Kobe's and your Shaqs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Your Jay-Z and Dame Dash. Yeah. You know what I mean? Some of your big names, bro, they eventually split. You know what I mean? Because of bad blood, because of money. You know, I guarantee you, I won't say a woman is in the mix, but you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But, man, I think, bro, what do you feel like, bro, is... I got some thoughts in mind, but what do you feel like was the key to our relationship and our success in being able to work as a team collaboratively?
Yeah, I think humility first. You know, I think humility... God and humility are the foundation.
Yep.
But I think addressing the elephant in the room. Like, we know... We talked about it earlier. If we're going to be great and we're going to do some great things, people are going to want to break this up.
No question, yeah.
So how do we be intentional about staying a unit? How do we be intentional about, you know, making sure that we don't let anybody get in between Jeremy and Alton? Yeah. Because it's going to come. Yeah. And we see when some people pull on Alton, some people pull on Jeremy, some people team Alton, some people team Jeremy. But they don't realize that if you get Alton, you get Jeremy. If you get Jeremy, you get Alton. And they both go get STS, so you're getting one or the other, whether you know it or not. But I think it was that humility to me, and I think that was it. And I think our selflessness to realize that some days Alton gonna leave, some days Jeremy gonna leave, but don't take nothing personal.
Yeah. And so, bro, for me, because as we said, like in our first episode, you made the call to me to be a part, right? So I think there's an understanding that I know I'm number 2, but also I got direct access to number 1. You feel what I'm saying? It's like a 1A, 1B. Yeah. But also, like, I understand, like, I'm okay with being 1B. You feel what I'm saying? Because there is still power in the 1B. Yeah. And so for me, I think that's also understanding is that, like, being the number 2, and we don't even look at that 1 and 2, but I do understand, like, hey, at the end of the day, man, you know, Jeremy the leader for the organization. You know what I mean? And so I think that's also a thing that has helped us, as well as the friendship. Like, I think at the end of the day, like, this is my dog, bro. Like, at the end of the day, bro, like, we done seen journeys of, man, marriage, man, kids. You know, we didn't got into it. You know what I'm saying? You didn't see me in my worst. I didn't see you at your worst. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or in a bad time, man. And so I think just the journey of the relationship, bro, and understand that this impact we're trying to make, bro, is greater than who get to make the decision on who gonna do X, Y, and Z. Yeah. We got too much going on in our city for us to be worried about, Jeremy made the decision on this or Alton made the decision on that. We got way too much on the line, bro. And so I think that I've learned over time, bro, like, that has kept us in a space of a healthy relationship. Yeah. You know?
I agree, man. I definitely agree. And man, we've been doing this 12 years.
Yeah.
12 years, almost 12 years going on in December.
Yeah.
And man, we got a lifetime to go, you know. But I do know, man, this episode number 2, you know, number 1 was special. It was. Hold on, before we get started, we gotta shout out our sponsors.
We do gotta shout out our sponsors.
You know, man, kudos to the great folks at V2 Media.
V2 Media.
Uncle Mark, V2 Me with Uncle Mark and his team are amazing. Yeah. Really appreciate them. Y'all, if you want your production right, if you want it to be of a level of quality that is second to none, you got to Google V2 Media. Yep. If you want a podcast like what we got, they record them. Come to V2 Media for all of your video needs to turn your stories into something that's live, man. Again, check out the good folks at V2 Media.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, but Alton, episode 2.
Yes, sir.
Let's do a quick recap, though, for those who did not get a chance to watch it. We talked about how we got started.
Yes, sir.
Talked about the fast.
Man.
Almost took us out. The fast almost took us out.
Yeah.
And then we wrapped it up with celebrating one of our young people who we didn't win a state championship, but talked about how we really had a focus around jobs and careers in music and sports, put the jobs and careers behind them. And now, in year 2, it's like, one of the things that we did was, and we started off talking about it already, is how do we make STS a lifestyle? Because we're getting in front of these young people, and we had to figure out how do we can't just show up as Jeremy Alton, the 22-year-old no more.
That's facts.
You know, and we made a commitment early that this would be a lifestyle. Like, why was that so important? Why you think that was something we made a decision early on?
And being honest, bro, I don't think we verbally like saying we making this decision at first.
Yeah.
I think what we did, we started acting in it, and we realized while we were in it that if we want to be impactful, we want to grow far, we got to be able to make this thing a lifestyle.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, and so we were moving in the community already, and we saw people doing it right, people doing it wrong, and we were like, man, this either the people doing it right, like, dang, let's get to that level, and the folks that doing it wrong, like, man, something wrong here. You know what I mean? And we realized it wasn't a lifestyle, it was a moment. You know what I mean? It was a moment that I was doing X, Y, and Z. It was a moment that I was actually putting on.
Yeah.
And for us, it was like, bro, let's make this like a lifestyle, man. Let's live this life, bro. So 360, if they see us behind closed doors, in front of closed doors, this is who we are. And really, you know what it was, bro?
What?
We was before the fast. We were, man, still like on that college student vibe. Yeah. You know, we working with kids. And we had just got done firing up.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we had just
got
done, for those who don't know, in the Urban Dictionary, firing up means to indulge in herbal essence, herbal plants, if you will, right? With a little THC. And so, man, so I think in that moment, I'm like, we working with students, tell them to go be great, tell them to do their best in school, and we smoking weed behind closed doors. You feel what I'm saying? It may be acceptable now, but like, the way we were going, like, what we doing? We being hypocrites at this point, right? You know, and so I think that was an awakening moment, man, to say, hey, bro, let's stop playing. Let's stop playing. Because if I can't be my authentic self around these kids, they gonna realize it. Yeah. They gonna, that man a fraud. That man a fake, bro. Yeah. Right? And outside of, when I see him, like, is it the life he really live? Do he really love his wife? Yeah. Do he really love his kids? Do he really take care of his kids? Yeah. Do he really work hard like they say they do? Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Do he take care of his wife? Come on, bro. And so I think the blessing of it is that now it was important for us then as college students to make it a lifestyle, but it translated into us as adults, bro. And I think now, like, the students able to go kick it with us and see, like, hey, this is really how we living right here, bro. Yeah. So that, for me, that was it, bro. What about you, bro?
I think you said it. I think, man, being able to unapologetically show up as your authentic self with these young people and not lie to them. Like, it's you hear so many times of people talking the talk, but they don't walk the walk, or do as I say, not as I do. And like that, we were never on that. We were never on that, you know. So I think, you know, being intentional, realizing that these young people, if we go speak with the level of conviction that we have, like we say, hey, do this and it's gonna happen. We gotta experience it. And I think that's doing that over a long years and years. It really has changed the game, and I think I said we have our mess ups and our flaws.
Question.
I know we definitely had those, but I think, man, just doing it consistently, trying to show up for these young people. When you got kids, so you know how it is you want to show up as your best self for your kids.
No question.
These were our kids before we had kids, right? Or
you got kids?
I don't got a kid.
Oh, okay, I was trying to say, bro, you just dropped the ball, man.
I was trying to figure out how to say. We got kids. I ain't got no kids. We got 2 years.
I was just saying, I didn't know. Okay.
And look, they say, Jeremy, you always say 2 years. That's the perfect number.
Yeah, okay.
Because they ain't gonna question.
Okay,
all right, 2 years coming.
Yeah.
But I think that was, man, just the purpose behind it, man. Is let's make it a lifestyle. I want it to be believable.
Yeah.
And I really think that created a sense of urgency for us to not only be the best example for our young people, but surround ourselves with individuals that had that same mentality.
Yeah.
And somebody told me the other day, they said, Jeremy, do you not realize, because I was just, saying, man, y'all killing it, man. Y'all don't.
Yeah.
And, man, shout out to Kendall Lawson and Dominique Lawson.
Man, my
the
people.
Owls, the podcast guru, man.
Owls LLC.
Yeah. But he said, man, did you not realize you had a school board member on your own? All these were in STS at the same time. Entrepreneurs, CPAs, school board, city council,
Shelby County
commissioners.
Yep.
All these people, physicians, lawyers, attorneys, dentists, federal
caterers, chefs.
All this in STS at one time.
Come on.
And I was like, man, I never thought about that. Like we literally had a slew of individuals from different backgrounds that believed in setting the standard.
Yeah,
that believe in making excellence the norm. It's scary when you think about it, but it's amazing as well. Like all these people were like the dream team. So I think, man, not only us embrace their lifestyle, we had a chance to attract and identify others who wanted to have the same thing that we wanted to have.
And we're gonna get some folks on the podcast to talk about that.
Yeah.
We need to get some of our coaches on here to talk about why.
Yeah.
Cause I know one coach in Charles. You know what I'm saying? Chuck.
Shout out to Chuck.
Man, Chuck. Shout out to Chuck, man. And we recruited, man, Charles for a little minute, man. And
what he kept telling us,
man,
not this time.
I catch y'all boys later. But he was actually working on something, getting his master's.
Yeah.
And we'll get him on and talk about the story. But he eventually jumped on board. And he's been on board for the last 5 years, I believe.
6 years,
if I'm not mistaken. And he tells us why. Like, but this is why I rock with y'all, bro. And bro, I think when you mix passion and purpose together, it attracts people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you mix passion and purpose together, it's going to attract people, man. And I think the passion for what God called us for us to do, mixed with the purpose that God called for us to live in, like attracted the right people to move the purpose forward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think that was so for you, bro. I gotta ask you because you called me to actually be a part of the organization.
Yeah.
I know where my passion came from, but like, where did your passion come from? Like getting on this journey, like wanting to start, like where did it come? So we know we started from the issue that happened at Kroger, but like how did you keep that passion going? But like this is, I'm
gonna keep it a buck, man. Like growing up, man, everybody want to invest in you, right? And everybody want to talk to you. They want to give you a piece of advice. And now you remember growing up, like, man, these folks lame, bro. I do not, like, information may be good, but the messenger ain't here.
Yeah.
And I remember, being that kid that, I was that kid when we got a sub, turn up.
Oh, man.
Like,
game time.
And it was only so many teachers or individuals that wanted to pour into you, but you gotta be able on the receiving end, you gotta be willing to receive it. And I remember just, everybody want to give you advice, but you ain't feeling everybody. You discounting them before they walk in the building. And I remember, one thing I realized, our young people, especially our black and brown young men, they gonna discount you out the gate.
No question.
You ain't had my life experience, you ain't did this, you ain't did that. They automatically disqualifying you from even being able to pour into them. And I remember, man, who the cool guys? Who the cool group that instead of being disqualified, they like, nah, hey, look, I want to listen to them. Hey, nah, y'all pull up. And I said, man, I personally didn't see any at the time.
I got you.
So let me be what I always wanted to see.
Right.
And I think that was the genesis of it is, let's be something that we know that we missed. We know our friends had the same thoughts.
Right.
But here come these folks want to say something to us.
Yeah.
But now we want to be that cool group that, and not even cool, but just
big bro.
But also, not act like you're not from the community or the culture where you already from. It's easier, and that's one thing I tell people. Like, Memphis youth are different.
They are, bro.
Like, and I know we talk about Baltimore, Detroit, Atlanta, New Orleans. Memphis youth are different, just in general. Coming from Florida, my first day,
got fat on.
I got fat on, like, and I'm like, these folks different. I don't know, man. That take me all the way back, but Memphis kids are different.
Yeah.
And there's something about a Memphis kid being able to connect with a Memphis kid, and I think that's really what really drove the emphasis. Like, man, we gotta do something different.
Yeah, bro.
And I think that uniqueness, being able to have certain conversations, have certain looks, have certain thought processes on how to engage our young people, it hit it off instantly. Yeah. And we haven't really ran into no issues when and we check people on the spot.
Yeah, no question.
And we ain't really had no issues ever in 12 years. From 22 years old to 34 years old, we have never really had an issue. Well, a student wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
You know, because we know how to pull them to the side. Right. We know how to, hey, we're going to check you right there.
Right.
And I think it was that desire to be able to be that for somebody else that really fueled it. And I think, man, that's why we got the dopest coaches. Yeah. The dopest coaches in Memphis. They're your everyday Memphians, you know, and they get, and I think that's what students need. They need everyday people. Yeah. And we were talking to Auntie Sid the other day.
Oh yeah.
And I was telling Auntie Chris, I said, man, my first time seeing a professional code switch.
Oh man,
was Kristen Webb and Memphis like that. It blew me away.
Yeah.
I only saw my mom when my mom was at work. She put on her corporate voice.
No question.
I never saw a black professional go from professional to street to back to professional so quick.
Yeah.
I literally was like, what just happened? Yeah. Because I didn't see. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
But then to see professionals that were cool, professionals that, hey, I got something to look forward to now.
Right,
you would just go home, go to work, and that's it.
Yeah.
That was a game changer, and I think, man, how do we want to be that for our young people?
Yeah.
Because they got to... We got to give them something to inspire too.
Yeah, and them being their authentic self.
Yeah,
like I think that's the essence of it, bro. And of course there's a fine line, right?
Absolutely.
There's your authentic self.
Yeah.
And there is the opportunities for development where you need to develop your authentic self.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Versus like, oh, this is just me. Yeah. I'm gonna be my authentic self. Okay, y'all think you're gonna be ate out. Well, you want to be your authentic self all the way, right? But the reality is yes, you can be your authentic self. And I think seeing those young professionals in this, because we were college students, I think our first professional event, I think one of our first events we went to was Memphis Urban League. Auntie she was leading, Auntie Cynthia Daniels, she was leading the effort. And we just saw
changed my life.
Young black professionals being themselves. And we had never seen them before. I think we were young and we seen all the ladies. We was like, oh, geez.
I'm coming back. Volunteer tomorrow?
Right. We help out. But I think we just saw people. Our young people need to see somebody be their authentic self and do well in life.
Yes.
Right? And not have to, because I don't want to be fake. I don't want to put on the front. Like, they want to know that they can be themselves and not be judged, if you will, bro, and still achieve what they want to achieve, bro.
I think that's the key, bro. I really think now that you say that, I think we all got that uncle, that cousin that's they out there themselves unapologetically.
Man, I'm talking about get on the spade table. They
gonna be them.
Yeah.
But sometimes you don't get a chance to see the person doing well be their authentic self. Sometimes they gotta straighten it up, tighten it up to the audience. Yeah. And I think we learned early with interviews like Jakari, J. Lou,
talking the other day,
straight to it showed us a different side of authenticity, but also excellence. Authenticity, but also being mindful of how you present yourself, how you conduct yourself, how you articulate.
Right.
You know, and those things together gave us like something to aspire to, but also it challenged us like, Be better.
And you know, I think the reason why I think as a culture we have to put on the front initially or temporarily is because you may or may not have the skill set to dominate the space, and you're entering into a space where you don't have full dominion. You feel what I'm saying? Like you don't have full control, and so it's like, okay, let me make adjustments until I get the opportunity where I understand the game, I know what's going on, I'm in a position where I can make certain calls to be able to be my true authentic self. And so I think I don't say we at that place now, but I do think like 85, 90%, like this is what you get. You know what I mean? But I think we can't miss the point for our young people is that at the end of the day, you gotta develop in some form of fashion, right?
Absolutely.
You can't use urban dictionary language, bro, and you really don't know the craft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you really back behind, you in the negative right now.
Yeah.
Right? Versus you understand the craft and your vernacular may not be the best.
Yeah.
Right? I think there is a difference of trying to hold on to parts of our culture.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're from, you know what I mean? Depending on where you're from. Than to take on another culture, to try to get into that space. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I don't know, bro, but I think at the end of the day, man, I think our students need to know that you are enough already. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think Andrew Gieseman, man, he talk about all the time identity and role. Yeah, shout out to Gies, man. Identities and role. Like, what is your identity? Yeah. Right? And I think with STS, we teach students like this is your identity, right? Everything else you do is just a role. This is a role you play, right? Being a brother, that's a role. Being a student, that's a role, right? Your identity is joyful. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that, you know, your character, you know what I mean? Like, that's your identity. The morals that you carry, like, that's your identity. Everything else is just a role. And your role don't dictate your identity. You don't. So once you jump out of that role, that don't mean your identity changed. You know what I mean? And so I think those are some of the things that I think our young people, man, they are such in need of is people who they can see as being their authentic self. Yeah. You know? Man,
it's funny you said that, man. I got this. We do this at Lemoyne Owen. We do this at Lemoyne Owen, man. I know we almost out of time, man. This dude's about quick. But we do these affirmations at Lemoyne Owen. Okay. And I just feel like it was necessary, man, because those, man, they was dealing with a lot. Yeah. And so, man, we do these every session. And it's so amazing. We just had a session with them last Thursday. Yeah. And they stopped me. Hey, we did our affirmation yet. I'm like, oh, they can't. They want to.
That's good.
And I had to realize that, man, this may be the first time that somebody ever told them these words. So we do it 3 ways. You do it. You say these words to yourself. Okay. Right? So you say it one by yourself to yourself. Okay. Then you look at somebody of the same sex, and you look them in the eye. Okay. So me looking Alton as a male in the eye and saying this. Yeah. Then I go look at somebody from the opposite sex, and then I look at them again because I really want to make sure they understand that platonic relationships can happen. Yeah, they can. And it shouldn't always. Our young people gotta have a good relationship. Like a lot of the stuff that they deal with when it comes to identity, when it comes to them wanting to be their best selves, come from their identity and who's investing in them, who's talking to them, who's speaking life into them. Right. And you know, the one thing that we tell them, we say, "I'm handsome." The males say, "I'm handsome."
I'm handsome.
And they say, "I'm beautiful," right?
I'm beautiful. The guys say,
the ladies say, "I'm beautiful."
Oh, the ladies say, "I'm beautiful."
So that's the way that flip flop.
That's different.
Then we say, "I'm smart." I'm intelligent. I'm capable. I'm successful. I'm powerful. I'm a winner. I'm excellent. And then they shake it up however they want to shake it up.
I like that.
Every session we say it because I think more than anything, as we get ready to wrap this episode up, AM STS and the purpose of what we do really is about igniting something in a young person that igniting that fire, that flame in that young person that they did not realize was there. And a lot of times that comes through music. Yeah. It comes through different interactions, but in this space, for us, it came through our actions and it comes through words. We all said we're gonna celebrate the small wins.
No question. Yeah.
And I think for anybody, I definitely want to talk to the crowd. For anybody that is looking to invest into our young people, you gotta make sure that you are speaking life into them.
Yeah, that's
like
that's facts.
You never know what your words of life mean to that student, and the fact that but we could not leave LOC without doing our affirmations.
That's good, bro.
And they love it. And I told them this may be the only time a student hear that they smart.
Or the last time.
Or the last time. This would be the only last time that they hear they capable. Mm-hmm. And I think that was so important. And I think that's what STS is.
Yeah, I love it.
Speaking life into these young people so they can know that, man, it's a big world out there.
Yeah, no doubt.
And we want you to be a player in this world. So, I know we got final words, man.
Bro.
Any final words?
Nah, man, I'm excited for what this podcast is gonna do. I'm excited to hear the stories of our students, bro.
Yeah.
And the people who didn't work. I think that right there, get your tissue ready.
Yeah.
And get your laughing. It's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be powerful, bro, just to hear the stories of the people we work with over the years.
Yeah.
Over these last 10 years, 11, 12 years, excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that, man.
Yeah.
I'm excited to hear those stories. I'm excited to hear the untold, what we didn't know about, the situations they were going through, or the dark times they were going through. I'm excited about hearing that. Yeah. And then also just, bro. Again, bro, I think for me, bro, I think being able to sit here with you and chop it up and just have a conversation about this done, bro, it's a light. We were just tired like a month. I think I just got a little more energy. You know what
shout
I mean?
out to that V2 Media coffee.
Come on, man.
Exactly right.
Yeah, coming to a store near you. And so, man, that's it, bro. What about you, bro? Yeah. What's some last? Man,
last words for me is, man, y'all come on the journey with us, y'all. I know this episode 2, and we want to give you the backstory around what we do. But we gonna start bringing people in, and I want people to know that, y'all, I'm not saying we the best, but I know we the real deal. I know that we are what Memphis needs, and what we want to ask is individuals who are watching this, that if anytime you hear something that connects with you, anytime you feel like there's a nugget, consider investing into STS. Most of the money that we get goes back into our students. I'll say at least 70% of the money that we get, 80% of it goes back into the students to give them an experience, an opportunity. And we always say the investment in STS is the investment in Memphis youth.
That's a fact.
I want to ask you to like, subscribe, share this.
Yep.
But Alton, we gotta have an end. We gotta end with a good news.
Creed. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. End with the Creed.
Yep.
Bro, we got an intern.
Yeah, we do. Let's go.
We got an intern.
Pay intern. Come on. It's not okay.
It may be paid.
It may be. It paid the experience. We say we get paid 2 ways.
2 ways. Information
and money.
But it's gonna be paid. We definitely got something for it. But we hired a student that has come through STS. From the high school program to the college program. And she's our new marketing intern.
Let's go.
Destiny Woods. We got Destiny Woods,
man. Let's
so
go.
Excited.
Congrats.
We have to get her on the next show.
Yes, sir.
To talk about her journey. I think that'll be a great opportunity. How a student we invested in is now investing back into STS.
Come on, bro.
And now we kicking off with that Creed. Ending with that Creed.
Let's go.
Ecosystem.
All right, y'all ready? What we come to do?
Compete.
How we rocking?
With excellence.
I'm a boss.
I got more to earn.
I'm a student.
I got more to learn.
I'm a leader.
I got more to change.
How we winning?
On purpose.
We do this.
We do this.
Peace.